Since Anthony Joshua's very impressive win against Charles Martin yesterday, knocking him out in the middle of the second round, Anthony Joshua proved, just like the majority of people thought, that he's far superior than Charles Martin in every single aspect of boxing. His defence was superior, tighter punches, blocks punches better, perceives when the punches are going to come, can counter, can dodge, better footwork. Was just all around far superior than Charles Martin. A lot of people thought this was going to be a mismatch, and and the majority of people were proved right. Now, a lot of people are going to be wondering, who is Anthony Joshua going to fight next? When is he going to fight the number one heavyweight in the world champion, who is Tyson Fury right now? And I think it's actually quite predictable. All you need to do is, since Anthony Joshua is IBF champion, you need to look through the list of who's in the IBF top 15, because Anthony Joshua has to fight somebody in the IBF top 15 now that he's champion. So, anyway, first off, Charles Martin. Will he be fighting Charles Martin? Does anyone want to see that rematch? Doubt it. Erkan Tepper, drug problem right now. Carlos Takam and Joseph Parker, they're the next two on the list. They're fighting each other on the 21st of May. And since Anthony Joshua's next fight date is going to be the 9th of July, it doesn't give anyone enough time to prepare for their next fight. They usually rest after the fight, then get in training camp. So there's just not enough time. So there's not any chance it's going to be Carlos Takam or Joseph Parker, even though a lot of people are looking forward to Joseph Parker fighting Anthony Joshua. Then you've got Glazkov obviously injured still, probably still recovering for that, going through a bit of rehabilitation. Then you've got Pulev, and after that Chisora, who are both fighting each other on the 7th of May. Now, I seriously doubt that's going to leave them enough time. You usually want about 3 months to have a decent recovery, and then start getting into training for your next fight again. Just having 2 months between fights, I seriously doubt it. Pulev, who's likely to win that fight, because I think he's just in a completely different league than Derek Chisora, is a ambitious fighter, a serious fighter. He's going to make sure he's in the best of condition for his next fight, especially after going after somebody with a 100% knockout ratio and a big guy like Anthony Joshua. So then you got Andy Ruiz after that. Don't think you're going to be able to sell that fight very well in the UK. A lot of people might disagree with me with that, but hardly everyone knows who Andy Ruiz is, and he doesn't look very impressive, in my opinion. Now you've got Bermane Stiverne. I think that's the most obvious choice. Bermane Stiverne is a proven fighter. He was ranked top 5 in the world with the WBC belt for a year. He beat Chris Arreola twice. He's got a decent resume anyway. He went the distance. He's the only person to go the distance with Deontay Wilder. Of course, Deontay Wilder's fans will just say Deontay Wilder had a injured right hand or a broken right hand at the time of the fight. But still, it's the most obvious fight to sell. You want to put Anthony Joshua against someone that has a lot of experience, has been in with some good guys like Chris Arreola and Deontay Wilder, and managed to win or survive them fights. So I think that's the most obvious choice. You've got Robert Helenius after that. Robert Helenius is not going to be looking for a fight against Anthony Joshua because he just came off a loss here. He needs to rebuild a little bit. And then obviously you've got David Haye. Now David Haye is obviously fighting in May, and then he's signed to fight Shannon Briggs again after that. Now, is it completely impossible David Haye will fight Anthony Joshua? Well, David Haye's got a record of pulling out of fights, a record of trying to get out of one fight to get into a potentially better money-making fight than he was going to be in. So it's not impossible that David Haye will try and pull something to get into a fight with Anthony Joshua. But I don't think that's going to happen at all. I think they want to slowly have that step up, and no one knows where David Haye actually is yet in his career. If he's as good as he was, is he better than he was? Is he a lot worse than he was? So I don't think they're going to throw him in with the unknown with David Haye. I think the obvious. There's one more fighter I have here. Yeah, there's also Jarrell Miller. Now, Jarrell Miller, you're just going to look at a lot like Dillian Whyte. He's very similar in a way. He's got power, but he's got a draw on his record, and he's quite lowly ranked. I can't see him. There's a possibility they might put him in with him because he's an American. Anthony Joshua was talking about having another American opponent to try and sell his brand over in America. So it is a possibility, but I think they're going to be looking for someone with a lot more experience now. People want to see him in with someone that's got a chance of beating Anthony Joshua. They want to push him into fights where he's got a good chance of losing. That's people want to see an exciting fight like that. And then there's Dominic Breozeale. That's another possibility as well. He's quite highly ranked in the IBF, and he's ranked quite well on BoxRec as well. He's got a perfect record, good power, and he's also taller than Anthony Joshua, and he's American. So that's going to be a easy fight, I think, to maybe sell as well. But I think since Anthony Joshua is going to be going in to his fight on the 9th of July, I think what they're possibly trying to set Anthony Joshua up for is a fight with Wladimir Klitschko or Tyson Fury, whoever wins that rematch. So I think they're going to go with a more experienced fighter. I think they're going to go with Bermane Stiverne, and I think they're going to judge Anthony Joshua's performance on how he does against Bermane Stiverne. I personally think that he would completely outbox Stiverne quite easily. He's got more height, he's got good movement. I think he's a superior boxer to Deontay Wilder, and I think he would knock him out in the middle rounds as well. Bermane Stiverne, yeah, has a decent chin at least. He has been stopped before in I think the first or second round. But yeah, I see Anthony Joshua wearing him out and knocking him out in the middle rounds. But I think that would be the best fight for Anthony Joshua, to put him in somewhere to actually get a really good gauge of where Anthony Joshua's at in his career. And if they have that on the 9th of July, they'll be able to judge where Anthony Joshua is, and it gives them an opportunity to set up a fight with Wladimir Klitschko and Tyson Fury, also gauging how good Wladimir Klitschko or Tyson Fury looks in that fight as well. Because when you listen to Anthony Joshua and his promoter talking, they sound like they're not too impressed with that fight at all. They make it sound like Tyson Fury didn't have that good a resume before the fight. The opponents he was fighting weren't that good, and they were thinking that Wladimir Klitschko has just got old, and it's just not the same Wladimir Klitschko, and Tyson Fury just managed to outbox him, not being that dangerous of an opponent. So I think they're going to, if say the fight is very close again, the Wladimir Klitschko versus Tyson Fury, and Anthony Joshua just blasts out Bermane Stiverne as expected, I think they'll set him up with the Tyson Fury Wladimir Klitschko winner after this fight against Bermane Stiverne on the 9th of July. So I think his next two fights are going to be Bermane Stiverne, 9th of July, then the Wladimir Klitschko versus Tyson Fury winner. A lot of people are going to be saying, well, they're stupid fights to make. He's not got the experience yet. But people are really pushing Anthony Joshua to get in dangerous, exciting fights for them. There's a lot of pressure for him. Yeah, just like social media and everything, just trying to, they believe in him a lot, and they want to see him in exciting, dangerous fights, and they expect him to win them as well. So I see him up against Bermane Stiverne, and then the Tyson Fury versus Wladimir Klitschko winner. So that's all I've got to say.